Hello everyone, this is CY once again. Thanks for joining me today. Today is going to be something interesting. My good friend Thomas has loaned me about his setup for his hand grinder, but he has actually purchased a kit and built a kit together to motorize his hand grinder. And this hand grinder he's using, I believe, is from the 1zpresso. So let me show you the grinder, and it has a variable speed as well, so it's going to be interesting. So this video is going to be me talking about using this manual grinder that's being motorized, and then I'll brew a cup of coffee, and then I will show you about the setup done by my good friend Thomas, right? So let's get started. Right, so here is the grinder itself. So let me bring it closer. So if you can see, this is actually the 1zpresso, right? The one with a magnetic catch, which makes it easier to remove the grounded coffee. And then there's actually a variable speed controller here, and this thing is powered by a power bank that's built inside, so it can be rechargeable and it's really easy for transport. So if you want to bring this everywhere, you can. And let me just show you. Right, so you can see all this, the chute is actually 3D printed. It's designed by, I think, it's designed by Thomas as well. So there's a funnel here which will drop the bins inside, and they will drop into the top of the 1zpresso grinder. And then of course adjustment can be made here. Right, and the power button is on top. Our friend Sunny has actually designed and 3D printed handles for Thomas. Right, and it is very portable, so you can see I can lift up with one hand. Right, and the best is this is a rechargeable one, which means you can actually recharge this and bring it for traveling, or we bring it for office, and the battery can last quite a while, right? So the side panel is made of acrylic, right? I think Thomas has modified and updated the motor inside to give it more torque, and now it can grind a slightly lighter roast beans. So in a short while, I'm going to show you the grinding, and then we're going to make a cup of coffee. Right, so let's try to get the grind size. Of course, I'll be using the Yunnan red wine coffee, which we have roasted. Oh, smells amazing. Right, if you like natural processed coffee, do remember to drop me a message if you're interested to get it back. And I've also purchased the this, which is made of plastic, and a walnut tray for the filtered coffee. So let me get some filtered paper. Okay, so let's measure some coffee bean and then we grind. I'll measure about 20 grams. Okay, I'll throw a few beans inside to see the grind size first. So you can see I'm loading the coffee on the top. The switch on button is at the side here. Let me turn this. So you can see there's a turn knob here which can increase the torque of the grinder. So first of all, you must power on. Then you turn the variable speed control on. And then it's done. So let's check the grind size. This is really, it smells great. And then I think I would like to grind a little bit coarser. So let's set it coarser. I'll probably do about 7. Let's try a little bit of beans and then check the grind size again. It's done. Right, let's check the grind size again. So you can see that with the motorized grinding effect, I can choose to grind the coffee at low speed and achieve a low RPM grinding. And I think I would still like it to be coarser. So when I try to dial in coffee, you can see that it doesn't have, I don't really have to use a lot of strength and energy to dial in. Right, this thing can grind espresso also. So in the very near future, maybe in the next video, I will show you the use of using this motorized kit to grind espresso. So let me grind a few more beans to dial in the grind size. Okay, let's do a 7.5. Okay, I think this is the grind size I'm looking for. It's a bit on the coarser side because I want to bring out the sweetness of the coffee. So now let's measure 18 grams. I'll be using 20 grams, sorry. Okay, 20 gram exact. So this funnel is really very convenient. And then we just start to grind. Right, the only downside is it tends to generate a slightly higher noise level, but you know, this is really making the hand grinder a lot easier to use. Right, so you can see the coffee is grinded nicely. So now let's transfer this into the filter paper. The smells is really good. Okay, let me pour this away. So this thing works because it is a magnetic one, and it's not a screw-in type. So this particular setup is best used on a sort of magnetic setup. So you can just magnetize and you get attracted back to the main body, and it makes the workflow a lot easier. And to save power, I will just switch off. Let's wait for the water to heat up a little bit. So this is really interesting build up. And if you're interested, you can get in touch with Thomas, and if you are interested, I can drop you the email so that you can link up with Thomas if you're interested to work out something on the setup like this. Right, there are actually many of this motorized version on the market, right, and I think they are really interesting, and this particular setup is really very neat, and Thomas is really genius in fabricating this, and maybe I'll ask Thomas to help me build one, because I have I think this is the K Pro. I'm not too sure, I can't remember the model for this, the magnetic one, right? Okay, so the water is ready, so let's get started. Okay, 60 gram. 30 seconds. Right, I'm gonna do 3 pours. So for 20 grams of coffee, I'll be brewing at 1:15 ratio. So I'm gonna brew about 300 grams of liquid. Right, there's a second pour. I'm expecting about 2.5 minutes of the total drawdown time. Okay, you can just admire the build of this grinder. It's really nicely built. The chute, 3D printed body, acrylic frame, variable speed adjustment knob, aluminium clamp, right, and all the electronics is hidden inside. So this is really a very nice build up. Okay, 300 grams of water, thereabout. The time now is about 2.5 minutes to about 3 minutes, which is perfect. So with the motorized hand grinder, it really makes the effort of grinding coffee much easier. In fact, it's almost effortless. I just have to drop the bean here, take out the bean, grounded coffee from the bottom, and I can have conical burr sets, and I don't have to buy any other thing. Of course, the setup of this is not cheap. I think in terms of cost wise, it costs around $200 to $300 to build something like that. With the grinder, it will add up to about $500-600. So I'm not too sure whether you find that this setup actually justify the cost. But for me, this is really interesting because I really like to tinker and design things. So this is perfect for me. And the best is this is mobile, and I can bring it everywhere, and it's rechargeable. Right, so the coffee is ready. Okay, let's pour the coffee out and drink some coffee. Right, this is our Yunnan red wine coffee. Right, so let's enjoy a cup of coffee. And recently I purchased this cup from 3Bomber. So it's a really nice rainbow color sort of effect. Really nice glass. About 200 ml. Right, cheers. nice cup of coffee. I think it's a very balanced extraction, right? It is not acidic, and it is a balance between acidity and sweetness. So from what I see, this grinder tends to produce a slightly more fine, and hence my coffee bed is more muddy. So probably I need to grind a little bit coarser, right? And it'll be interesting to compare this with my the SSB Casper to see which one actually make a cup of coffee that I like better, right? So of course the DF64 with SSB Casper is motorized already, and it's a flat burr grinder which matches to the quality of the tasting quality with a conical burr. So it'll be interesting to make 2 cups of coffee from these 2 different settings and taste the coffee. So thanks for joining me today. This is CY once again, right? Remember to hit the subscribe button, and I'm introducing the YouTube membership, so do consider to join us as a member, right? The monthly will be about $5 US or $7 Singapore dollar to join as a member. And as a member, well, I'll be giving you some perks, such as a discount code for my coffee if you are in local, right? If you're in overseas, we can still give you the discount, but the shipping costs have to be bear by you, right? So if you're interested, do support us, and so that we can continue to make interesting content for you, right? So like our videos, subscribe to our channels, and ring the bell if you want to stay updated with all our future video. So stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you very soon. Stay safe.